It's impossible to underestimate the importance of accounting education for confidence in the profession of accountants, both for public sector and for business. Our job in the International Accounting Education Standards Board is to ensure that professional accountants, when they start their career and all the way through their career, have got the competence they need to be able to deal with the diverse and complex challenges of working in the accounting profession. What we want to do is make sure that that learning and knowledge can be applied. So our international accounting education standards are globally recognized and adopted. They're based on principles and learning outcomes. So what do accountants know and how can they apply that knowledge, rather than just how much time have they spent in a classroom or doing a particular course. And the standards are covering all of the issues that the profession has to deal with: technical issues, professional issues, behavioural issues, professional scepticism. What we're aiming for with these standards is a virtuous cycle. Quality accounting education for people to call themselves an accountant at the start of their career, something that means that professional accountants have the skills and integrity to do a wide range of jobs, career learning that deals with the changing environment that accountants work in, all of which wraps up into improved public trust and confidence in the profession. Over the next 5 years, the International Accounting Education Standards Board wants to improve public confidence in the profession globally. We're going to do this with innovative engagement with a wider range of stakeholders than we've done so far. This is because standards development is an ongoing process that requires us to listen, engage in public debate, follow the trends and demands on the accounting profession, identify those that have an education dimension, and then consider how we can best contribute to the way that people learn and continue to learn during their career. All of this is happening in what is a very complex and changing environment for the profession, and it's got important differences in different jurisdictions and in the public sector and in the private sector. So as well as doing that continuous standards development review, we want to provide implementation support that is tailored to the needs of those applying the standards in different places at different stages of their career. We're also going to review the recently revised international education standards that are focused on learning outcomes and principles rather than time spent in the classroom. And we want to make sure that those revised standards are having the desired impact on the quality of professional accounting education and on the learning that accountants get at initial qualification and during their career. How we're going to do this is a more nimble way of working. I want us to optimize the talent and diversity, both professional and geographic, that we have in our board. We represent 11 countries. We speak 12 languages. We have more than 800 years experience in practice, in academia, in the public sector, and in accounting member bodies. Our strategy over the next 5 years reflects the changing demands on the profession and will stay current with the requirements to build public trust in what is a hugely important profession globally. The biggest challenge facing the profession in the future is maintaining public confidence in what accountants do. That means that accountants have to stay current in their knowledge, their skills, the application of those skills in what is a very complex and dynamic operating environment. So lifelong learning, career-long learning is the means of addressing that particular challenge. But in preparing for our strategy, we've identified at least 3 macro issues that we think we need to address over the next 5 years. First of all, big data is transforming both the operational and interpretive aspects of accountancy. Second, there is growing scrutiny of the public finances and increased calls for complete and more accurate information on which to base decisions. That's having a big impact in the public sector accounting space. And third, there is increased interest and attention from regulators, from the media, from parliaments in the issue of professional scepticism and judgment following the latest spate of what people like to call big audit failures. So what is the International Education Standards Board going to do through its strategy in the next 5 years to address these new challenges? Well, first, we'll be looking at standards development in the areas of information communications and technology and public sector accounting, reporting and auditing. Standards development might not mean new standards in these areas. We might want to amend existing ones. We might want to add support material. Second, we have already been looking at the requirements to support professional skepticism through the international education standards. Whether that's changing some of the existing standards or adding support material, we need to look at that. Third, we're going to look at the potential implications for education standards of recent changes to the work and the products of the International Auditing and Assurance Standards Board and the International Public Sector Accounting Standards Board. Most substantively, we're going to revise International Education Standard 7 on continuing professional development. We want to clarify what CPD means, what kinds of activities can be included, provide updated support material that will be relevant for professional accountants around the globe in a range of different specialisms. All of these things in our strategy over the next 5 years are going to improve public confidence in the quality, integrity and ability of the accounting profession.